Katy Perry's preacher father is on tour of churches throughout the country with one simple message, reportedly. Katy Perry is the devil. In a strange twist of sermons, he's telling people to pray for Katy. He says, I was at a concert of Katy's where there were 20,000. They were there going at it. It looked almost like church. They're worshiping the wrong thing.
Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
That's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
Did you ever have some bouts to where Katy just didn't want to go on?
Yeah, I wrote a song about it.
Okay.
That's what I guess I do. That's how I process, is I write songs.
And you get rid of those feelings, those uncomfortable feelings.
Some of them don't come out fully, and that's why I still do the work.
Which song was that? What lyric comes to your mind?
By the grace of God.
Breaking news. Considering selling your soul to the devil? Is it a myth? Or is it a time-honored tradition to fast-track fame, wealth, and prosperity? Or are you playing with fire? These answers and more up next on Project Mockingbird Media Group, Sunday edition. Hello world. Welcome to Project Mockingbird Media Group. I'm Idol Vainglorious. Usually, I would be discussing, or dissecting rather, all the lies and misinformation of legacy media in Hollywood. But today is Sunday, Kingdom, and I would like to discuss selling your soul to the devil. Now, most people think that that's a myth. You know, that's just a way to convey that you enter into a shoddy contract or you are doing something in the industry that goes against your character for money and or fame. Well, I take it literally. And just to kind of illustrate my point, let's look at some celebrities that openly have admitted to selling their souls to the devil.
Robert was a novice guitar player, not very good.
This man was a nobody.
And then he disappears. A year and a half later, he's doing things with the guitar that even his mentors can't do. How could Robert possibly have gotten that good that fast?
The myth goes, Robert went to a crossroads, got down on his knees, handed his guitar to the devil. The devil said, once you receive this guitar back, your soul is mine.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. If I can go back, I never would have rapped. I sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back. I just want to leave this game with level-headed back.
I want to tell y'all I apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but as far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream, and you know, I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just right now, I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Now, what selling your soul means, what it illustrates first, is being tempted by the devil. And how does the devil approach you? What method does he use to convince you that selling your soul to the devil is the best course of action? Well, there's no better way to illustrate that than looking at Matthew 4, where Jesus is in the wilderness being tempted by the devil. Now, before this happens, Christ was just baptized by John the Baptist, and he was led by the Spirit to the wilderness to be tempted specifically by the devil. Now, let's get into it. Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. He fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Afterwards, he was hungry. And here we go. The devil will always, always approach you at your lowest. Now, Christ is hungry here. See how the devil navigates the situation. Now, when the tempter came, he said, "If you are the Son of God, command that these stones become bread." And here comes the first concession that the devil will want you to make. You have gifts. We all do. However, the devil wants you to manipulate the use of your gifts. He wants you not to use them for his intended purpose. Christ is not here to just do parlor tricks for himself. You aren't here just to spin and twirl for the devil. So let's give some examples, or one notable example of a gifted individual being asked to use their gifts not for their intended purpose. This is Thandie Newton, and let's see her experience on the casting couch.
I went back for a second audition. It was a screen test. There were two other people in the room, the director, who I'd seen previously, and the casting director, who is a woman. And the director asked me to sit with my legs apart. The camera was right between, positioned where it could see up my skirt, to put my leg over the arm of the chair, and before I started my dialogue, think about the character that I was supposed to be having the dialogue with, and how it felt to be made love to by this person. And I was thinking, this is so strange. Why would I need to do that? But this is the director. He is talking. There's the casting director.
It must be normal.
It must be normal. I'm 18 years old, and I'm thinking this is obviously something that I was in a protected. There were boundaries. And 3 years later, I was at the Cannes Film Festival, and we bumped into this, my husband and I bumped into this rather drunk producer, a British producer, who said, who mentioned the director that I had this audition with, and he looked very sheepish and walked away. And my husband grabbed him later and said, why did you start to say something and then didn't? And it turned out that the director who went on to make the film and who I was auditioning for used to show that video late at night to interested parties at his house. A video of me touching myself with a camera up my
So you were
skirt.
abused, but at the time it didn't feel like
And
it.
that was in a professional environment.
Now, while my heart does go out to her, and I sympathize for her situation, I mean, you're literally having your dreams and hopes dangled in front of you. And all you have to do is compromise yourself for them. And listen, while I sympathize, it's a choice. You don't have to compromise yourself for anything or for anyone. Let's see how Christ navigates being tempted. Again, remember, he's hungry. He has eaten for 40 days and 40 nights. If you are the Son of God, command that these stones become bread. But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." But you have to understand, the devil is quite persistent. He doesn't give up. It won't just take one time praying to get rid of him. This is an ongoing battle. So let's see how the devil persists. Then the devil took him up into the holy city, set him on the pinnacle of the temple. You know what this illustrates to me? It illustrates that the temple, the pinnacle, that's coming into the industry. That's seeing all the glitz and glamour and all the flashing lights. Now, what does he ask him to do once he's there in the pinnacle of it all? If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge over you, and in their hands they shall bear you up. Basically, what the devil wants him to do is destroy himself. Just like how in the industry, a lot of these celebrities are destroying themselves with all manner of drugs and just bad choices. To illustrate this point, let's look at Iron Man destroyed himself early in his career.
When we return to the story of Robert Downey Jr., drugs land the troubled actor in prison. 1996, the actor violated his probation when he fled from a detox center, his rehab stemming from several drug and weapons arrests. But a judge sent him back. A year later, he skipped a court-ordered drug test and spent the next 4 months in the LA County Jail. 1999, Downey skipped another drug test and was sent back to rehab. But this time, a judge gave Downey hard time, state prison for nearly 1 year.
If you do make a deal with the devil, you're going to have to pay the price.
It ended up costing him, the bill coming due.
He let his arrogance go too far.
The devil does not want you to be successful. He does not want you to be happy. He just wants you to be loyal to him. But specifically, he just wants you not to serve the Most High God. Again, let's read this over again. So, the devil took him up into the holy city, set him up on the pinnacle of the temple, and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge over you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against the stone." And listen, again, he will try to fool you into destroying yourself, make it seem like it's going to be all good. Hey, do this, do that. It's not going to be as bad as you think it is, but it will. Let's see how Christ navigates this situation. It is written, again, you shall not tempt the Lord your God. Again, he's turning this down because the devil is quite persistent. Again, this is an ongoing battle. This will not be 1 or 2 prayers and the devil is just gone. No way. This is an ongoing battle until the Most High God comes down and saves us all. But again, the devil took him up to an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. It's just like reaching the top of the mountaintop in the industry. It's no different. It's like, again, you are a star. You're number one. You are the man. You are the woman. You are him. You are her. So what does the devil want from you? Again, the devil took him up to an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him, all these things I will give to you. What do you have to do though? Is he going to give it to you for free? If you will fall down and worship me. What does that even look like? Worship him. It's not pretty. So let me give you an illustration of that fact.
At last night's Grammys, they, as Smith now prefers to be called, identified as Satan.
Katy Perry performs Dark Horse at the Grammys.
Blood Sneakers, Lil Nas X's collaboration with art collective Mischief. The 666 pair of sneakers feature gold pentagrams, inverted crosses, as well as human blood inside the sole.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
You're at your lowest point. Let's just recap here. How does the devil approach you? Now, when the tempter came, he said, if you are the Son of God, command that these stones become bread. Now, he's talking specifically to Christ, but you have to remember, we are all God's children. What happens when you agree to what his terms are? Again, what he's going to do for you. He's going to ask you first to use your gifts for their non-intended purpose. Hey, but when you do that, things get a little bit better for you, right? The devil will take you up. The devil took him up into the holy city, set him up on the pinnacle of the temple. Again, it's all good, it's all glory, but at this point, you're there. What does he want you to do? He wants you to destroy yourself. If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written. And then they'll trick you into believing that this is all good, it's all okay, it's all going to work out. He shall give his angels charge over you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against the stone. So it's like, you can do all this debaucherous stuff. You'll be just fine. Nothing will happen to you. But we know that that's not true. Again, as you ascend up the ladder in the industry. Again, he gives you more and more and more, but it all leads to this one point. Again, the devil took him up an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to them, all these things I will give to you if you fall down and worship me. That's all you have to do. But the reality of this situation never really seems to work out. How many celebrities are unhappy? How many celebrities are depressed? Again, billionaires kill themselves. This is a real thing. Money is not happiness. Money just solves problems. Problems will still be there with money. Fame just creates an illusion that distorts reality for you because no one is treating you how you should be treated. All of this is just an illusion, a game, a fabrication, but the reality is it's a pathway to destruction. The further you get away from the Most High God, the closer you are to Him, and He has nothing for you. Now let's look at what it looks like when someone has sold their soul or believed to have done so, and they think there's no way out.
That when I done prayed, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. You know, and it's just like, I don't know if God can get me out of this, you know, and it's just like to the point where I don't even know, like I just want to say I'm sorry to my fans. I know y'all love me, I know y'all believe in me, but I can't.
In conclusion, I like to say to you, the devil can't take what is not his. Your soul belongs to the Most High God and God alone. And you have to remember, all you have to do is repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Remember that God loves you, and the devil has nothing for you but pain and anguish. I've been Idle Vainglorious. This is Project Mockingbird Media, Sunday edition. Have a glorious day.